Flight RO422 TAROM Romanian Air Transport from Barcelona to Bucharest on Saturday the 27th of June 2017 on a Boeing 737-700 departing at 11:30 a.m. scheduled flight time of 3 hours and 5 minutes.
Aeropuerto? ¿Sabe la terminal?
This is a remake of a video that I released in March 2019. I've made it again because I've learned so much more, and I think I can do a better job this time round. So if you watched the last one and liked it, you'll love this, and if you watched the last one and you hated it, oh, you'll love this. This is the first flight of 2 between Barcelona and Cluj, and we're transiting through Bucharest. We thought we needed to get there in order to check in more than 2 hours before departure, but it turns out that check-in opens 2 hours before departure. So we were there in plenty of time, and we joined the line of people waiting for check-in to open. After an uneventful check-in with an actual human being, we went up to the departure lounge, which was light, modern and spacious. Not massively surprising given it opened in 2009. We stopped in at the bookstore and saw this tourist gem, which we didn't buy, and chocolate, which we did. I tend to judge how on time we're going to be by when the plane gets to the gate, and there was no plane at the gate, but there were planes at other gates. I was sort of wondering what was going on, and then it finally dawned on me. We're going to catch a bus to our plane. So when our flight was called, we lined up at gate D9, and then we went down an escalator, down some stairs, and we're outside.
Right bus?
Sure hope so. Turns out it was the right bus. And it took us on a whirlwind tour of the tarmac en route to our plane, which I really enjoyed. The bus pulled up and there was an orderly procession onto the plane. Nice hat, buddy. I don't think I could have looked more like a tourist if I'd tried. After a very polite welcome, we found our way to our seats. The apron we were on is right beside the taxiway, so we watched planes taxi past as we waited for a few more busloads of passengers. When the final passengers arrived and the last of the paperwork was blown across the tarmac, oh, poor guy. It's bad enough having to work a Saturday. I hope the day picked up for him. We left the gate at 11:47. That's 17 minutes behind schedule. We taxied for 11 minutes. The bus took us from gate D10 of Terminal 1 over to what I think was gate 320. We taxied via M7E3J1 K8910 and entered 07R from G12 and took off to the east. Here we can see the aircraft in front of us taxiing to R07 via G10. We held at G12 while they started their takeoff, but ground control let us roll onto the runway while they were still getting up in the air. As we turned to take off, I could see that quite a crowd had gathered behind us. There were aircraft holding at G10 and G11, and this A320 from Aegean Air, which is on its way to Athens, was taxiing past them to G12. It was just coming into its holding position when we took off. not sure we used full thrust there. We did a left-hand turn immediately on takeoff, then over the Balearic Sea we turned left again, came in over the southern coast of France near Nice, turned slightly to the right, flew over the north of Italy as we tracked east towards Romania. Okay, into the hot lunch. Service was super quick and friendly. That was because everyone got the same thing. There was a hot item and a bag containing a bunch of cold items. I was quite taken by this. I liked it. Bam 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 bam. There was a hot pasta and chicken dish for main, a bun, a berry-free and bar thing for dessert, cold beverage service, and a hot beverage service. Let's see how they were. The hot chicken and pasta was hot. That was the only aspect that came as advertised. The texture wasn't great, the flavour wasn't great. Unfortunately, just not great. 3 out of 10. Oh no, not a great start, TAROM. In contrast, the bun was fantastic, lovely and soft on the inside and slightly flaky on the outside. Covered in Danish butter, it was outstanding. 7 out of 10. Alright. Dessert was a strawberry vanilla gem made in Romania. It looked like a funny little loaf thing. It came in a little packet like a little loaf and it was very difficult to get out, and when you're picky like me, you can't take your time. In it went. I loved it. My wife wasn't so keen, so I ate hers too. Yum yum. 8 out of 10. Delish. I had grape Fanta, my wife had a Diet Coke. We didn't really know how to ask for anything else. In the original video I gave this 6, but Botafogo Playground pointed out that was really unfair. Just because I didn't know how to ask didn't mean it wasn't better than that, and they're right. Full drink service on TAROM, 8 out of 10. Good work TAROM, and good work random stranger on the internet. Nice! Some assembly was required for the cup of coffee, and that was okay. In fact, it was kind of fun. Put the coffee in the cup, stir it around, even got some bubbles. Almost an espresso, and I made a mess. Unfortunately, it tastes pretty bad. It was undrinkable. 2 out of 10. Should've got the tea. And the bag it all came in doubled as a rubbish bag. I like that. The main, the unappetizing pasta and chicken, got a 3. The bun was good, got a 7. The strawberry vanilla gem dessert got an 8. Full beverage service got an 8. But unfortunately, the undrinkable coffee got a 2. That averages to 5.6, which rounds up to 6 out of 10. Not too bad, TAROM. Okay, onto the plane. TAROM Romanian Air Transport had 23 aircraft at the time we took this flight. So they're not tiny, but they're not big. This plane, YR-BGF, is a Boeing 737-700. It had its first flight on the 3rd of March 2001, making it just over 16 years old when we took this flight. TAROM have owned it for its entire life, and they had the winglets added in October 2009. They had it painted with SkyTeam colours in 2011, but it hasn't had a refit, and it shows. The aircraft is configured with 14 business class and 102 economy class seats, a total of 116. I was ticketed for seat 7A, but after check-in was in 10A. Aisle 10 is an exit row, which gives us some responsibilities, but also a lot more legroom. So much more that our tray tables were in our armrests and not behind the seat in front. The seats look like they're going to be super comfy, but they were actually a little bit hard. Passable for an hour or so, but 3 hours, no. There was plenty of space in the overhead lockers and under the seats in front. Everything worked and the whole place was clean and tidy. It was just tired, worn and old. The overhead panel had lights, air vents and a call button. So a 16-year-old plane that's been kept clean and tidy but could really do with a refit and the installation of some sort of entertainment system. I'm going to give this plane 4 out of 10. Very average plane. We trekked east from Italy over the Adriatic, we crossed back in over the coast of Croatia, flew east over Serbia and into Romania. We did a right-hand turn then a left-hand turn on our approach into Bucharest. Henri Coandă International has 2 runways. We landed on 08R, we taxied via taxiways D and C over to gate 107 of the Finger on the main terminal.
deja la București pe aeroportul Henri Coandă, destinația noastră. Ora locală 3 și 25 de minute, iar temperatura exterioară 23 de grade Celsius. Pentru siguranța și confortul dumneavoastră, vă rugăm să rămâneți așezați cu gesturile de siguranță cuplate până la stingerea semnalului luminos de cașerului. Înainte de părăsirea aeronavei, vă rugăm să vă verificați bagajele personale pentru a nu uitați la bord. Sperați microfonul.
We landed at 3:36 p.m, which was 11 minutes late. According to FlightAware, we then taxied for 10 minutes. It didn't seem that long and we were really motoring. And we arrived at the gate 11 minutes late at 3:46 p.m. I still have no idea what's going on with this unusual congregation of tankers next to our gate. We're transiting in Bucharest and our next plane is on the exact opposite end of the airport where all the domestic Romanian flights leave from. So after walking along this awesome glass jetway and one last look back at our plane, we shot off over there. In real life that took about an hour, which seems a bit long for a transit walk. The domestic terminal was more like a bus station than an airport terminal, but I quite liked it. Okay, let's sum up. We were lucky to get a hot meal, but it wasn't awesome. 6 out of 10. An 18-year-old plane that needs a fit out, 4. That averages out to 5 out of 10. It's a decidedly average flight. But thanks TAROM, we're here. Awesome. Please like this video, subscribe to our channel, and then watch every single video we've ever made. And every one we will make. Thanks.